Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. As you can see here, we have a different kind of video. A couple weeks ago I went to a coin show and they had some dateless buffaloes. And so I was going to Nic-A-Date these, show you how I do it. Everybody does it a little different. And this way I do it, it leaves less staining on the actual coin itself. So I'm going to get into this and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So what I do, obviously, is I have my Nic-A-Date. And I put about 2 drops on the cutout of a paper cup. That way I can throw it away. And then what I do is I take a toothpick and I use the toothpick to put it on the date area. That way I am using very little Nic-A-Date on the nickel itself. If it'll actually pick up any of this. There we go. So I do very little Nic-A-Date on the nickel because Nic-A-Date has a tendency to stain nickels. And I put it right on the date spot. Believe it or not, I can already see a date coming through. You leave that sit for just a little bit. And then you can put it in your waters to rinse it off. And as you can see here, there's already a date starting to show up. If I can get it to focus on the buffalo. You can see there's starting to be a date, so we'll let it sit for just a minute or two. And that way, the way I do it, instead of putting a big blob that covers a good area of the coin, I do it just on the date area itself. And so that way there's less staining on the actual buffalo itself. And I can see there are some numbers. As you see, it's getting discolored. It's not the bright yellow color or orangey color. It turns black as it starts to eat away at that nickel. So let's go ahead and dunk it and see if we can possibly see a date. So we'll do it in the first water, second water, dry it off, and see what we have. And you can see here where it discolors the nickel. But I see a 1914. What do you all see? Isn't that cool how that does that? So it has a 1914 date. Alright, well, let's do some others and see what dates those are. I'll be right back. Alright, well, what we're going to do is lay out the rest of these. I do have 8 more that I picked up. So we're going to figure out what the dates are on these. One thing I didn't mention, oh, I guess we have 9 more. So I had 10. Wow. What I didn't mention before is try not to get the Nic-A-Date on your skin. It is an acid. If you do, rinse it off right away. And don't leave it on your coin any longer than you need to. That's why I went ahead and rinsed that off. I saw that it was a very hard to see date, but you can see the date. So you go ahead and rinse it off and leave it. Don't Nic-A-Date it a second time unless you can't see anything, because once you start to see the date, you can possibly do more damage by Nic-A-Dating it more and more and more, trying to bring that date out more and more. So once you see a date, stop. I messed up a nickel by doing that, and it actually eradicated the date. So you have to be very careful. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up as I put the Nic-A-Date on these, and then we will check out what these dates are. I'll be right back. Alright, let's rinse off some of these and see what we have. Dry it off. It's a 1916. Very cool. Nickel number 2 is another 1914. Number 3 is a 1920. Number 4 is 1918 or 1919. I think it's a 1918. This one I will Nic-A-Date again, just a little bit, since I can't quite see the date. So we'll let that one sit a little bit longer. And this one here is a 1923, or yeah, 1923. Almost look like a 5. And this one here, have to Nic-A-Date that one again too, because there's nothing there on that one. That one sit too. Three more to go. Another no date, we'll Nic-A-Date that one again. I believe that's a 1916, but we'll Nic-A-Date that one a little bit more too. And last, looks like a 1925. Alright, I'm going to Nic-A-Date a couple of these that didn't show up, and I'll be back and let y'all know what all the dates are. I'll be right back. Alright, well, we finished with those, and we were able to get a date on every single one of them. There were 2 1914s. This one here has a D mint mark. So there were 2 of those, 1914. There were 2 of these, which is 1915. Can't really see it much on that one, but it is a 1915. No mint marks. There were 2 1916s. No mint marks. Actually, there was only one with a mint mark. That was at 1914. And then we have a 1919 and a 1920. And the last 2, a 1923 and a 1925. There's the 25. Trying to focus on the 23 there. It's hard to see, but it is there. So we were able to get a date on every single one of them. Alright, well, if y'all like this video, leave a like and comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all next time.